Welcome back to That's So Vegas. I'm your host, Christine McKellar, and I certainly hope you enjoyed that composition of My Life in a Box as much as I did. We were fortunate enough to get to view it in the studio. Again, it's a copyrighted non-commercial song, and that is why we played it during the break so that it isn't archived and open for. But tell us a little bit more. We brought Darrin Michaels in with us. He was a lovely voice and the elegant playing that you heard in the clip. And you both have a story to tell, but we did leave off with Peggy Thompson telling us a great story about how actually Michael Buble came back on stage in an encore, looked you right in the eye, and held the gift up. So you also mentioned something about a possible movie.
I've got plans, and I'm believing God to put it into a movie. And Darrin actually, he also said about Celine Dion, because of her husband and the situation just passing away, it would be perfect for that, or perfect for a movie like Notebook or things. So there's going to be a lot that I believe God is doing with this song, because he's made divine connections. As I said, nobody could have gotten this song into Michael Buble's hands. So Michael, if you're listening out there, if somebody's listening, pay attention to this little box. But again, if he chooses that he doesn't want to do it for some reason, God will always provide another person, and hopefully maybe be somebody like Cher or somebody like Celine Dion or someone like that. You know, we're open, and we're open for a male singer too.
Of course,
maybe Tony Bennett or something. You know,
right? It's a song about what happens in your heart and soul, and particularly, it's amazing after you lose someone and you go back through those memories. How
and I chose Darrin here because I've known him for 20 years. He's played all around town.
Since you were a kid?
Since I was a kid, yes.
Right, and I've always enjoyed his piano playing and his music, and I asked him, I said, would you like to do a song for me? And he said, sure, and so he sat down at the piano and he played it a little bit, and I think it touched him, he told me, in his heart, but I'll let you tell
it. Tell us a little bit about, first a little bit about your background, so those viewers who aren't fortunate enough to have heard you before, you've had some great venues in this town. You're quite qualified. So
I've played a lot of venues here in Las Vegas. I did the Lake Las Vegas, Jazz Under the Stars, a lot of venues in town. And then most recently, I've just been just doing a single, and I've been in the studio working on a Christmas CD and other stuff that I'm working on.
And you have such a nice repertoire, though. You play just not classical. Jazz, I think, is kind of your...
I play everything. My love is jazz.
Right.
I love jazz, but I play everything.
And you adapt with trios or quartets?
Singers and...
I might have to have you play at my Christmas party.
Let's do that. I'm
I have a piano. It's an old upright. So when Deborah, or I almost said Deborah, but that's Deborah's songs. Kind of biblical there, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. When Leslie approached you with this composition, what did you feel? What came upon you?
I just was taken by it. It was just beautiful. It just stuck with me. And she actually came to a place that I was performing, and I heard it on her phone. And as I'm on my break, and I'm just like playing it, and it's something that just stays with you. And I showed my mom and my wife, and they were doing their mom and wife things, and they just sat down and just listened. And after it was over, my mom said, you took me on a journey from when I was younger to now. Everyone that I've lost, everyone I knew, everything that I've done, and my wife was the same way.
That's really amazing. I felt the same way when I listened to one of the demos. It was we all have those boxes full of pictures, and they do tell a life story.
Life is so short. You don't realize until you get older that it is short.
You know, that is a truism. I'm finding that the older I get. But you can't tell somebody in their 20s or 30s, it's okay. They're supposed to be that way. You think you're going to live
forever.
Right. But hopefully this song will live forever. And again, that's why you're here. And this is the box that you pretty much presented to Michael Buble at the concert, right? Oh, I see. And it's a gorgeous box. Love the color.
So he's got it. He's got it. Now he has a choice. If he wants to listen to, I believe God is speaking to him too. I understand him and his mom are very spiritual. As a matter of fact, I wrote in the letter, let your mother listen to the song.
The hook.
And I'm very close with my son too. And so... but if he chooses not to, God's going to provide somebody else. And like I said before, Celine would be a great one for it.
And no one is actually held to the rendition that you did, right? They could do their own interpretation on the music bed.
It is so open. It touches everyone differently. Let me just go back to what you said earlier. I have a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old, and they were listening to it. And they told me, do we have a box of memories?
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, we always showed it to you. We were like, well, we never paid attention. Can you show it to us now?
Isn't that something?
That's very
And
special.
and their friends were my teenagers. Friends were in the house, and I just found out yesterday they did the same conversation with their parents. Do we have a box of memories? Can we open? Can we bring to that? Can we see that?
Of course.
So I would say to your viewers, if there's anyone out there that when they hear the song, it touches their heart. I know you're showing my email and my phone number to get a hold of me, and we can talk about it, because it's certainly open for another rendition or different tempo or
Exactly.
whatever suits the established artist. I'm
Or-
open for that.
Or the like you were talking about, you wrote it in E.
I wrote it
A
in
minor.
A minor.
A minor, excuse me.
Right,
would
and
be
he
kind
sang
of-
it in a different, so he
sang-
sang the words to everybody hear the words are so important and they touch your heart. But then he had an idea, let's take it into the scale.
The original birth of the song.
Right,
and
was
take
A
it back.
minor. He took it there so people could just listen to the melody of it, and then their imagination can go, I could see it like this, or I could see it like that.
Exactly.
So he did it that purposely.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. And again, this has been a whole spiritual journey for you as well. You've always been a spiritual person, I know that.
I love God with
But,
all my heart, and I want
absolutely.
people, and like I said, it's going for into the ministry so that they can, across the United States, as a matter of fact, they have some plans. Everybody really needs to know God, and they've put God in a box, on Sunday for a little hour or something. But He's a good
interesting.
God. He loves people, wants to do good things for their life if they would just open their heart up to Him and just get to know Him.
So once you pass this gift in the box over to, say, Michael Buble, you would sell the rights to it, and then those proceeds would go to the Kenneth Copeland Ministry.
Yeah, whatever
Is that
monies
what you're
would come
saying?
in, it's going in for this project. Is what it's not going in to make me wealthy. God takes care of me. I'm set. I'm okay. But it's going
That's
in
always-
for a good purpose, is what it is, and that's why there's been such divine connections all the way along, and people have just been touched. And I've seen Him do this. I mean, again, Christine, nobody could have done that with Michael Buble getting it into his hands if God didn't.
Or even getting to the attorney that you were
Absolutely.
talking about.
Oh,
Sometimes that stuff, they have to kill you to get that
Jerry
information.
Butler was so kind and so wonderful and so knowledgeable. He took so much time with my son and myself. God's going to bless him for all that He's done too.
So you, who knows? You might even get a double blessing out of this, because when the song finds its home, you may be called in to be the pianist on it.
I'm really
the
hoping
musical
somebody
director.
can
Let's
hear
do
his
it.
talent, maybe that
Oh,
heard
he's
the
so
song
talented,
and,
yeah.
and
I've heard
give
of you,
him
yeah.
What's your email, by the way?
It's JazzCat, JAZZKAT 702 @gmail.
So
Yes.
702 is the Vegas
Yeah,
Jazz
that's me.
Cat.
Right. So maybe something will open up for him. He deserves to be blessed.
Well,
Thank you.
absolutely, and the holidays are coming up. I can see you jamming at some private parties
Oh,
and
yeah.
some other
Oh, yeah.
venues, and
Yes.
I should have thrown his email address on that thing, but we're actually more focused on the song,
Yes.
your journey,
Right.
and the work that you've done through to get it. Now, we met well over a year ago, and so the process again, blessing or not, you do have to still work hard.
Yeah,
which
you have to
did.
follow.
Yes,
yeah, you
you've
follow.
done-
You listen to God's voice. He opens it up. He can talk to you on the inside of you. You hear. See, what happens is God talks to everybody all the time, but a lot of people, they're too busy. They don't listen.
Right.
But there's always that still small voice, and when you're in tune with Him, He'll give you ideas. But people don't follow through with the ideas.
Right.
I mean, I had heard the story about Tony Bennett when he was doing Left My Life in
yeah.
San Francisco. He almost walked out on that song. But something told him to turn around and go ahead and do it, and look what happened to
And look
that.
where he's at now, and he's
So-
still doing good things
Exactly.
and creating.
I'm open
and
for him too. He's a wonderful singer.
there
and a
you go.
good
We just
person.
had a revelation right
Yeah,
here
yeah.
on That's So Vegas. Seriously, you never know. Great minds, great souls, great
That's
hearts
right.
get together.
It's
and
open
anything
for
can
people
happen.
who are hearing, and if they have an idea, call me. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it, and we'll see what can be
Exactly.
done. It's
And
open.
contact, yes. Well, I want to thank you for coming and
thank you
sharing
very
the
much for
story
having
on
us. We
I'm just so
appreciate it.
thrilled with the story and everything that you've done, and watching this whole process and it come into fruition. It's a true blessing. We've run out of time again because time flies on wings when you're having a
Yes,
really
it
good
does.
time. A quick
No
shout
pun
out.
intended,
No,
but-
I know. Quick shout out to the Red Roof Inn,
Okay.
pet friendly, free Wi-Fi, and continental breakfast for guests. Don't go away. I'll be back with the latest Vegas updates and Bruce Garrett.